YouTube, it's me, Birdie, and I'm here with an exciting video because today I'm giving you guys a TBR for the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon. I'm finally participating in one of these. Last year I was only able to participate in the Christmas at Hogwarts Read-a-thon that happened in December, but this time I finally get to sit for my O.W.L.s exams. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link down below in the description box all of G from Book Roast's videos because she is the person who came up with this read-a-thon and has put in so much work into all of the setup for this, and honestly she is amazing for doing it. She is so intricate with her O.W.L.s and all the other magical read-a-thon stuff that has to be prepared for it, so I just commend her so much. It's amazing. But anyway, this time around for the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon, she has created a booklet of all of the different career paths that you could kind of test for, and you basically follow the different O.W.L. exams that you have to sit in order to achieve that career. So my more realistic career goal for this is to be a librarian. This mirrors my real life because I'm a part-time librarian during my master's degree. But I have to say, the wizarding librarian sounds so much more badass than what my normal muggle librarian duties are. But for this, I only have 5 O.W.L.s that I have to succeed in or get a good grade in, and those are Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Defense Against the Dark Arts, History of Magic, and Transfiguration. So those are my priorities. But the other career path that I'm kind of interested in is to be an alchemist, and for this you basically have to get an O.W.L. in all 12 tests, which are Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Astronomy, Care of Magical Creatures, Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Divination, Herbology, History of Magic, Muggle Studies, Potions, and Transfiguration. So if you don't know, you can't double up on prompts or different tests. So because of that, it's very unlikely that I'll be able to get the required O.W.L.s for alchemy or to become an alchemist. So that is why I am aiming for a librarian. But I am still going to try to do all 12 O.W.L. tests to try to reach an alchemist. So I'm just gonna go through the different books that I am planning on reading or need to read for the month of April and telling you guys what prompts they succeed or fulfill. But before that, I'm going to quickly read over the different prompts. So for Ancient Runes, you have to read a retelling. For Arithmancy, you have to read a work written by more than one author. For Astronomy, you have to read a book with star in the title. For Care of Magical Creatures, you have to read a book with a land animal on the cover. Charms is age line, read an adult work. Defense Against the Dark Arts is Reducto, a title that starts with the letter R. Divination is a book set in the future. Herbology is a book with a plant on the cover. History of Magic is a book that was published at least 10 years ago. Muggle Studies is a contemporary. Potions is the next ingredient, so a sequel. And finally, Transfiguration is a book with either sprayed edges or red on the cover. With those prompts listed, I'm going to tell you guys about all the books that I hope to read. Definitely not getting to all of them, but these are at least the priorities and I can fit them into the different prompts. So the first book I just started today because today is April 1st, the first day of the readathon, is The Star Touched Queen by Roshani Chokshi. This could satisfy retelling because I'm pretty sure it's a Hades and Persephone's retelling. Or if I do end up trying to become an alchemist, this could obviously satisfy the star in the title prompt, which is for astronomy. So there's that. This is a priority because it is a Greek culture inspired library book that I have, so I kind of want to get to this. The next book that I'm probably going to be picking up and is going to be my work school reading book is Dragon Pearl by Yoon. This is the 3rd Rick Riordan Presents book, and this can be used to satisfy Transfiguration, which is red on the cover, or it could satisfy Care of Magical Creatures, a land animal, and I think it might also be able to satisfy Divination set in the future, because this is a science fiction novel, but I'm not sure if it is actually set in the future, so I'll have to see. But this is definitely another book that I will be getting to ASAP. The next book I have is The Thief by Megan Wallen Turner. This I could use for History of Magic because this was published in 1996, so this is well over 10 years old. This is again another library book that I had taken out because of my whole Greek literature month of March reading. So this is just something I want to get to. It only satisfies that one, so it is not as high of a priority, but we'll see. It's short, I can get to it quickly, so there's that. Then we have Sputnik Sweetheart by Haruki Murakami. Again, library book that I had taken out for my Greek month of reading. This could satisfy History of Magic as well as Charms because this is an adult book. So I'll probably be getting to this as well, but again, it's not as high of a priority because it doesn't have to do with my librarian O.W.L.s. But I'd like to get to this. Then we have Neil Gaiman's American Gods. Again, I think this is the last one. This is a library book I had taken out because of its whole relationship to Greek culture and mythology. So I want to get to this before I have to return it to the library. This can also satisfy History of Magic and adult book, but I think it can also go for divination set in the future. But this I'll have to definitely see if it can. And then the last library book I have, but it is one that I had taken out specifically for this challenge and also because of something else that I'm doing personally, which is to read all of Stephen King's works in publication order. So it is the Bachman books. Now, this contains 4 short stories, Rage, The Long Walk, Roadwork, and The Running Man. And because 3 out of the 4 stories do begin with the letter R, I am going to be using this for Defense Against the Dark Arts. I might just use Rage, but if possible, I might get to Roadwork and The Running Man as well. So that'll be satisfying that prompt. Next, we have Sal and Gabi Break the Universe by Carlos Hernandez. This is the 4th work that has come out in the Rick Riordan Presents imprint, and I would love to get to this soon. This could satisfy Land Animal because there is a little cat on the cover, or it can satisfy Plant on the cover because there are a whole bunch of palm trees. So I can use it for either of those. So this isn't for the librarian O.W.L.s, but I'd like to get to this soon. Then we have something that will satisfy the librarian O.W.L. requirements, and that is Poet Anderson of Nightmares by Tom DeLonge and Susan Young. This would satisfy arithmancy because it has more than one author, though I'm not sure how much Tom DeLonge has had in the hand of writing this, but there are 2 authors on the cover, so I'm going with this. I'm so excited to pick this up because I have read the Secret Machines series by Tom DeLonge, and I loved it. It was my favorite in 2018, and it also was, I think, my favorite book in January, the sequel. So I'm super excited to pick up another book series by Tom DeLonge. So I'm excited to read this, and this is definitely one of those that I have to get to if I want to satisfy the librarian O.W.L.s. I then have 2 arcs that I would love to get to because I have to review them. The first is Marilou is Everywhere by Sarah Elaine Smith. This, I think, could satisfy Muggle Studies, a contemporary, but it also has plants on the cover, so I can use it for herbology as well. This, again, is not being used for the librarian required O.W.L.s, but I'd love to get to this. Another arc is The Map of Knowledge, a 1,000-year history of how classical ideas were lost and found. This, I think I can only use for red on the cover, which is the Transfiguration one. So I might be using this instead of Dragon Pearl, but we'll see. I do need to get to this though. Then I have The Philosopher Kings and Necessity by Joe Walton. I don't know which one is the second one, which is the third, but these are the sequels to The Just City, which I had read in February and loved. So I really want to get to the next 2 books in this series. This can obviously fit for Potions, a sequel, and I think also, definitely an adult book as well, which is for Charms. But I don't know if I'll be able to get to both. Oh, I think this could also potentially go for retelling. Maybe for Ancient Runes, because it is loosely based on Plato's Republic. I don't know if that is technically a retelling, but I could potentially use them, so I could actually get to these and make these a priority, which I actually might, because I'm so excited to get to these books because I loved the first one and I need to finish them. The next 3 are not books that I have to get to, it's just I would love to get to them. So the first one is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I've already read a Brandon Sanderson book and I want to get into more of his books. This could satisfy, let's see, published 10 plus years ago, so History of Magic, adult book for Charms, and I think that's it. So again, I have other books that will fulfill these O.W.L. prompts, but I'd love to get to this. Then there is Eragon by Christopher Paolini. This would be a reread, but I haven't reread this. Oh, it's been years. It's been over, I think, at least 4 years since I've read this, so I really want to see if I still enjoy it. This could satisfy Land Animal, because it has a dragon on the cover, and I think that's it. So yeah, it's not a huge priority for me, especially for the O.W.L.s. It would just be nice to get to. And then finally I have Artemis by Andy Weir. This I'm using for Set in the Future or Divination, just in case none of the other books that I have can fit for them. But I'm not in a rush to get to this, even though I would love to read it. It's not a high priority. It's just good if I have it. But my main priority books are, I guess, one of these books by Joe Walton, The Philosopher, Kings, or Necessity, so that way I can use it for retelling. Then Poet Anderson of Nightmares by Tom DeLonge and Susan Young to satisfy arithmancy, or a book written by more than one author. Rage, Roadwork, and or The Running Man by Stephen King to satisfy Defense Against the Dark Arts, or a book that starts with the letter R. We can go with any of these 3 books for published 10 plus years ago for History of Magic, so American Gods by Neil Gaiman, Sputnik Sweetheart by Haruki Murakami, or The Thief by Megan Wallen Turner. So one of those will be used for that prompt. Star-Touched Queen, which can be used for retelling, but I might use it for the astronomy because it has star in the title. And then we have Dragon Pearl by Yoon, which can be used for a red cover. So really, this huge stack of books are my main priorities. I'm obviously not going to get to all of them, but I'm hoping I'll read the right ones so that way I can get to my O.W.L.s that are required to become a librarian. But I have a whole bunch of other books just in case for some reason I'm able to read a lot this month, which I highly doubt because this is the last full month in my semester, so I'm gonna have a lot of final projects to work on. But if for some reason I do have enough time, I'm going to try to get to this huge stack of books, which I can't even pick up because I am weak. And hopefully become an alchemist. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you are participating in the O.W.L.s Magical Read-a-thon, and let me know what career path you are going on. I'd love to know. I feel like there's a lot of people going for Cursebreaker and Magizoologist. Those are the ones that I've seen a lot of, but let me know what you're going for. I'm very interested to know. Let me know what books you're reading for them. Let me know if you've read any of these books before. Just, I'd love to discuss anything and everything. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.